I'm Heidi,
And I'm Byron.
and we are Sailing Schmidt.
We had a great time in Martinique, but we finally had a weather window to go to Grenada. This was very exciting for us because our goal was to spend hurricane season in Grenada. The season begins June 15th, so we would be late as it was July 29th at this point, but we considered that we were still going to make our goal. We took American Sailing Association classes in Grenada in 2019, so we were excited to see more of the country and see how it had changed. First, we planned to spend some time in Carriacou, one of the northernmost islands of the country of Grenada. This would take about 18 hours from Martinique. The conditions when we started out were 1 to 2 foot seas and light winds, so it was motor sailing to start. But we had a following sea that hit us at the port's stern, which created an awful motion. This continued until we got way into the lee of St. Lucia. I was sleeping in the cockpit when a flying fish landed on my feet, and it took a while to wrangle it up to throw it back. Neither one of us was getting much sleep with the motion we had, but finally about 2 to 3 a.m. we got into the lee of St. Vincent and things calmed down. It was Byron's turn to sleep, and he got a good 3.5 hours. The seas picked back up during my sleep time, and I was lucky to get 1 hour. Finally coming into Carriacou, and the rains began right as we were coming into Tyrell Bay to anchor. The reviews of the anchorage indicated it would be difficult to find a spot, but we didn't find that to be true.
Here we are anchoring in Carriacou.
These are the conditions that make it so rewarding to check into the country properly and then order way too much food at a local restaurant. A very fine treat. We can stay for 3 months and then we'll need to reapply. Our cruising permit is for 2 months, so we'll need to ask for a renewal on that as well. It's truly a relief to be here. We no longer feel rushed to get to a place for hurricane season.
This episode was very exciting to make because we have reached a goal that we set for ourselves in cruising, and that is that we wanted to get to Grenada for hurricane season, and we achieved that.
We have been down here in 2019, so we knew that we wanted to come back.
Yeah. So, we had to be in this latitude for insurance purposes for our named storm coverage, and during hurricane season, June 1st to November 30th. And although we were just a little bit late getting here, we got to Carriacou on July 30th, but we still got there, so that counts. Grenada is one of the safest places to be during a hurricane, mainly because it's below the hurricane belt. And historically, they've had a hurricane about once every 20 years, and that there was Hurricane Beryl in 2024.
We thought we would be safe.
Yeah. And so far, so good. Other places you can go during hurricane season would be like the ABCs, which is Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, or Trinidad and Tobago. But of course, we wanted to come back here because we had been here before.
We wanted to go back to the ABCs, but we don't want to be that close to Venezuela.
But now that we're here in Carriacou and Grenada, we plan to spend a lot of time here exploring all the waterfalls, meeting locals and other cruisers, finding fun restaurants, and enjoying the culture, as well as we're planning to get our boat hauled out and painted. So
the people here are the nicest people that we've ever met in any location.
and that made a big impression on us when we were here in 2019. So yeah, it's been great to get to an English-speaking country, but they do drive on the left side of the road here, so that's kind of a drawback. But I won't be driving.
Also, the roads are only 1 3/4 lanes wide, so if you have oncoming traffic, you just pray until you get around them.
Oh, we just walked up a small hill. The mountain goats do it easily, but we did not. But it is beautiful. That was worth it. They don't cut switchback roads here. They just go straight up the mountain. We found the Alexis grocery store and the chandlery. By registering our entry documents and cruising permit with the chandlery, we saved the 40% sales tax on marine products. We did see a lot of damage from Hurricane Beryl, mostly roofs. This music on the afternoon of July 31st was just a preview of what was to come that night. We've been here in Tyrell Bay for 3 nights. What was interesting is they had their Emancipation celebration on, it's August 1st is the official day. And so the night of July 31st, they were partying so much and the music was so loud. We heard it until like 2:15 in the morning on our boat, just thumping of, the music. So that was fun, I guess. The Carriacou Regatta was officially scheduled Saturday, August 2nd, and there was an announcement that it was canceled. However, people went out anyway. They were getting ready for the start, except just not that boat there in the foreground. So we bought a batch of these. They're called Ginnups from a lady. A couple of bags. So this is a fruit, and you bite the skin off, and the fruit is inside. So you just break the surface and then peel the skin, and then it's kind of it's not a real sweet flavor. It's kind of sour, and then there's a pit inside. We had a great time in Tyrell Bay, but it's time to move on. We sampled all the pizzas. Well, a few.
Sampled the same pizza 3 times.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on over to Sandy Island, and probably going to have a little bit more fun there because there's more to see there, more snorkeling, more wildlife. We took a look at the Sandy Island anchorage, and the winds and waters were pretty rough there, so we diverted to the Hillsborough anchorage. It was very hot in the town of Hillsborough. We saw a lot of hurricane damage that had not been repaired, but the Visitors Bureau was very nice. They had great air conditioning and an inspirational message. We're at Wayne's Bar, and we just met all of these fabulous people here.
Wayne's Bar and car rental.
Hey guys! Yeah, it's Wayne's Bar and car rental. So, and this is Judy. We're traveling in that van. Wayne's Bar and Car Rental became a favorite place to stop by each time we went ashore. You actually make your car rental reservation at the bar, hopefully not at the same time as ordering a drink. There's Schmitten in the anchorage with Sandy Island in the background. We were curious about the restaurant next door where the locals were gathering. We had our orders figured out, but as we got up to the front of the line, they were erased from the board. We ended up with stewed pork and curry turkey, and they did not disappoint. Okay, so if you want the most amazing, authentic Carriacou food, you can eat right here at the Jerk Center.
fun day in Hillsborough. Just a short dinghy ride from the Hillsborough anchorage is the Jackadan anchorage, where the underwater sculpture park, A World Adrift, is located. In about 12 feet of water, there were 30 boat sculptures, each navigated by a figure representing a local schoolchild. Designed as an artificial reef, these were just installed in 2024. Sculpture parks like these help boost tourism with snorkeling opportunities. So excited to move over to Sandy Island today and go to the Sip and Paint party at the Paradise Beach Club, and maybe dinner there too. And there is Sandy Island. Gonna try to grab a mooring ball over there. We did move to the Sandy Island mooring field. I'm always nervous about picking up a mooring ball, but I got it. We had very high winds here, about 35 knots. It's hard to get a mooring ball in these conditions, and nerve-wracking when so close to a reef. Always dive to check the mooring ball. Never trust it blindly. And you can usually get a nice surprise to see who is already hanging out near the hull. This time, we had squid. We just got to Paradise Beach Club, and we are doing their Sip and Paint. So we can paint our sign and put it on the wall. And there we are, anchored way over there at Sandy Island, and the Pango drivers brought us over, Aaron and Kevin. Paradise Beach Club is owned by a lady named Allison, and her family helps with all the extras. They drive pangas over to the Sandy Island anchorage each day to check what time they can pick up cruisers to visit the restaurant, so you don't even have to take your own dinghy over. Of course, this ensures that you'll stay longer, but believe me, you want to. The restaurant is filled with hand-painted boat name signs. Many were recovered after Hurricane Beryl, and many have been added since Beryl came through in July 24. It was great to end the evening with a crazy beach dog.
Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?
Sandy Island did experience a lot of erosion during Beryl, but conservation efforts are helping to restore it. It's a picturesque sandbar island with a rich coral reef supporting lots of marine wildlife. This is Sandy Island, and there's going to be a lot of wind. Next, we plan to anchor at Anse-la-Roche. We just anchored at Anse-la-Roche. We are anchored right next to these rocks, which should be okay. We have enough chain out, and we're kind of sheltered from the current and the winds here. This seems to be a restaurant called Tim's, and we can smell it. I think he's barbecuing. And then there was already 5 other boats in this anchorage, and it's pretty small. So we just kind of squeezed in at the back. I don't want to crowd anyone. It's supposed to be good snorkeling. We'll see. We couldn't wait to snorkel the rocks, and we already had a fish guarding the anchor. Tons of sea life, and my personal favorite, the puffer fish. We are at Tim's Beach Barbecue in Carriacou.
Tim is somewhere behind us.
Yeah.
There he is.
It's got a super nice place. He rebuilt after Hurricane Beryl, and it's really nice. And while you're here, you get to enjoy this view. This is the $1 million view.
Especially that though, right
Yeah,
there.
that one. Been here for about 3 hours.
2.5. Yeah.
2.5. We've had a few drinks, and we're just waiting for a dinner. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. And Tim himself cooks it all. We can smell it. We can see the smoke on the barbecue.
Yummy lobster.
Well, I don't think it's lobster. It's probably fish and chicken.
It was fish, chicken, and lobster, not to mention the lamby, salad, rice, and potatoes. We went to snorkel the north side of the bay in the rains, where we found more marine life treasures, including trunkfish, trumpetfish, and a spotted moray eel.
Back at Tim's Sunset Beach Bar and Grill for a few drinks. This is Tim, and we have just patronized his wonderful beach bar and restaurant here in Carriacou. So tell us again what you serve here.
We always serve everything, but we specialize in seafood, lobster, fish, lamby. Those are our specialty, but you can have your ribs, your pork chops, your chicken. We do it all.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's a restaurant, but we see it more as people coming on the beach and having a picnic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, what I do here is what I love doing. So it doesn't feel like work. Actually, I'm not working. I'm cooking for friends.
Yes.
So I hope I never have to find a real job.
Yeah, that's the feeling we got. So, and you grill all the meats, right?
Yeah, all the meats except for the lamb. The lamb beef is coconut curry.
Yes, and that was fabulous. We had that last night.
I've never had a curry that I've liked except for last night. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You do it right.
So,
Thank you.
Tim just rebuilt last year.
Yeah, last year after Beryl.
Hurricane Beryl.
Not quite finished, but it's getting there. Slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
Island time.
Island time.
It's the best time.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
You guys are welcome anytime.
This morning we're leaving this anchorage, so it's been a great time. But we're headed to Grenada proper this morning, the actual big island of Grenada, and it should take about like 7 to 8 hours to get there. Hopefully it's a sail and not a motor. The seas are flat, and we're supposed to have about 10 knots of wind, and we're going to Tyrell Bay. We'll probably anchor there.